Howdy, neighbors.
Here we are. It's
Thanks
kind of
for-
late tonight.
Thanks for joining us for dinner.
For the dinner.
You know, we like to get the neighborhood watch together at least once a week.
And everybody's watching, I hope. To all them neighbors in the hood. So I think this is like a chicken pizza. And then we've got chicken sliders and cheeseburger sliders. And then we've got this amazing tomato, basil, and mozzarella. I'm not sure, actually. It might be burrata, but they're very close. Is it? I love burrata. So there's that. So I think I'm going to try some of that. Move on over. Make some room. Look at that burrata, guys. There's a big stack.
So Mom was like, we're going to live stream tonight. I was like, okay, what are we going to talk about? And she never said anything. So
Well,
I did realize I thought of something.
I do too.
But
You go first.
maybe it's the same thing.
Could be.
So, did you hear about Kylie Jenner?
No. Do tell.
We never really talk about celebrity gossip on here. But
Do you think Kylie's watching?
anyways, you know how Kylie Jenner has, a big entourage or whatever?
Mm-hmm. Well, she needs that.
So, and like a glamour crew, and she got someone that does her hair, nails, her makeup.
Just
and-
like us.
Except it's all the same person in our house. Make sure the comments are on. What's up? Good evening. I don't suppose we'll see many of our British friends around this time. That's what we were thinking as well.
Right.
We were just talking about, well, I was explaining to Mom, the current Kylie Jenner tea.
And she's going to expose it all.
So, Kylie, I guess it's either her makeup artist or her former makeup artist that's just her friend now or something. Apparently got into some sort of car accident
Oh, no.
and needed like immediate brain surgery.
Oh, gosh. So a real accident. Like, bad. Was this out in California?
I think so, yeah. And I guess it cost $60,000.
Well, in the scheme of surgery and stuff, that's
And
not much
brain
money.
surgeries, it's not.
Yeah. You sure that wasn't plastic surgery?
Right. So, Miss Kylie went on social media and started a GoFundMe for her friend.
Are you kidding me? You're kidding me.
Oh, don't worry. She donated $5,000.
Does she like this person?
She's her makeup artist. It was either, I didn't get the full skinny on that part, but it's either her makeup artist or her former makeup artist who's just her friend.
I mean, she could have paid for the whole thing and written it off. You know, as a donation to...
She could have paid for the whole thing and it wouldn't have made a dent in her pocket.
She probably makes that an interest in an hour. I want to know where she's going for brain surgery for 60 grand, though.
I think it was a guy.
Or he. Whoever. Because I don't want to go there. Because if it's only 60 grand for brain surgery, those aren't the doctors I want. Unless that's the portion that their insurance didn't cover. For whatever reason.
But it's like, I don't know. Yeah, no. But who knows? Maybe Kylie's paying for his health insurance anyway.
Yeah.
But still, it's no reason to
A
Like,
GoFundMe? Really? She should have had somebody else do the GoFundMe or something.
she should have paid it.
Or just paid it.
If her friend was in critical condition, it's not like her friend saying, "Hey, Kylie, can I borrow 60 grand to
Probably not.
go to the strip club?"
That's ridiculous. So, what's just about as ridiculous is what's going on in freaking Miami. Okay, that's what I was going to talk about because I knew you had been up on that too.
Kylie started a GoFundMe for her friend that's like a bonfire asking to borrow your sweater because it's cold out.
Right? So, as you've probably gathered, we do have an upcoming Florida trip coming, but it's not to Miami. And I'm just absolutely. Last year, I would get it if you had, because COVID was only about a month in at this point.
Yeah, there was
And-
crazy spring breakers last year.
Right, and I get it if it was last year that these spring breakers were like, oh, they're just trying to scare us or whatever last year, because it was still fresh and new, you know, and young kids would be like, no, they're just trying to get us not to have fun or whatever, you know, because all those stats really weren't in yet at that point.
Right.
So I would give them a little bit of a pass last year, depending on.
And two, at the time, even we saw them on the news or whatever last year, and we were like, haha, dumb kids.
But what is going on this year is absolutely unacceptable.
Yeah, Mom, you tell them.
I mean,
Grounded.
some of these are chicken too. So, yeah. It's just, I mean, it is so out there. There is no way anybody over the age of 2 that doesn't know what's going on. You know? And they're showing it on the news, and they're not, you know, following the curfews. They're even trying to let them do somewhat of a, and and you see them. I mean, just swarms of kids, no masks, all up in each other, dancing and stomping and spitting and drinking and doing whatever they do. And I'm just, I just can't believe, and these, you know, that's behavior of a 5-year-old. These are college kids that are like supposedly like our future.
Getting drunk on the beach is behavior of a 5-year-old?
No, the way they're dancing and not wearing masks and.
Oh. I didn't know 5-year-olds were dancing like that.
Well, no. But it's just. It's so disrespectful to their parents.
That's the future of our country, yeah.
Yeah. Then they're really afraid because now all these kids that are down there spreading it, they're not going to get sick for another week until they get home and share it.
You just say the word. I'm game to move to Canada.
Well, I guess it's not good right now in Canada. Parts of Canada are really hitting hard. So now they're saying that they're going to have this 4th vaccine, which the AstraZeneca, which was the one over in Europe that they were saying, oh, it might be causing blood clots. Now they've proven it didn't. Now, a week ago, we had a gazillion of them in stockpile, but they weren't approved in the United States. So we loaned them to Mexico and Canada because they're approved there and they're short on vaccines. So now, but they're saying that it's not going to be approved here, if it does get approved, until at least May in the United States. I just, I don't know. I'm just grateful that we were able to get our doses, and we're going Wednesday for our 2nd dose.
Anyways, Kylie and COVID just.
There you go, Kylie and COVID.
And car crashes.
Did they say if he was alone?
No, that's what I didn't get all those details.
That's so sad. I mean,
But yeah, like,
that she would do that.
I know, it's so stupid. But
I mean, she would have gotten more traction from
if
people.
he came out and said, "Thank you, Kylie, for when he
donating
recovers or whatever."
And why she put her name up that she did it, like that she started it. It's one thing if somebody else started it and then she donated 5,000. Then it would have been okay, but she's stingy. That's what that is.
Oh, and so also, to go back to the Miami thing, we're probably going to be bouncing back and forth between that now. Yeah, it's weird, but it's weird to think, like you said, like, how are they, like, they're acting like 5-year-olds. Why are they going down and dancing on the beach like nothing's happening, whatever, like, and, yeah, it's weird, but I'm not surprised at all because Texas is open. Or whatever.
But why didn't they go to Texas then?
But also, a bunch of people that I know have been flying in and out of Miami the whole pandemic. They've been going down for a weekend and whatever because it's cheap flights. And so, like, I am surprised that, like, so many people all showed up at once and, like, are all partying. Yeah, I'm kind of. But I'm not surprised that it's, like, spring break is still happening. Like, I don't know.
They said they're keeping that curfew on until the middle of April. And that, it affects so many other things besides like that. Like, they were showing these people, so they've shut down a bunch of the streets and things because they figured, well, if people can't drive there, maybe they won't be able to walk there and, be too far. But they were showing people that literally live there and work there and that's their life. Not
get home.
That's not their vacation. That's their life. And they were sitting in traffic for like 3 hours because it's absolute gridlock because they've closed so many of the streets and stuff. I mean, so I feel bad for the residents that a lot of them, I'm sure, have been trying to do the right thing.
I'll try and find the TikTok, but there's this one girl, I think she was from Miami, and she came on and showed, like, clips of what's going on and stuff, and she was like, really? Like, pack it up. Like,
get out of my backyard.
Like, yeah, like, people live here, like, I'll just try and see if I can find it, but.
That happens with a lot of areas, like, say they have, like, one huge festival a year that all these people come in. Well, you know what? Yes, they make money on the tourism and so forth from all these people coming, but those people still live there. And you have to show them some respect, too, because, if they weren't there and didn't have those restaurants and those hotels and things, you couldn't be coming there, It's just, and with everything that's going on now, all the craziness, they should just be showing a little more respect for the locals. So that's what I have to say about that. I mean, we try to be very respectful when we travel.
Yeah.
I mean, not that we've traveled in the past year and a half, but I know we still have a lot of friends in Fort Lauderdale and things, and they were saying, when are you coming down? Because, we've been telling about the vaccines that we're getting, and I said, with what's going on in Miami, are you kidding me? All those people, if they've got curfews in Miami for 8 o'clock, and if they're now they're throwing in that mustard gas or tear gas, whatever, where do you think they're going to go? They're going to head right on up to Fort Lauderdale because they're partying there too. And the same thing's going to happen, even worse, because then it'll be twofold. Because a lot of these kids have rental cars or whatever. Or you can take an Uber. Because, I mean, it's literally, half an hour, Miami to Fort Lauderdale. I mean, it reminds me of a long time ago, excuse me, maybe 30, 40 years ago here, they had, the drinking times, and each town could decide what time was closing time and last call or whatever you want to call it. So one of the towns decided they were going to change it, and their closing time was 1 o'clock. Another town, the bordering town, said 2 o'clock. So what do you think everybody did at 1 o'clock that was partiers? They all jumped in their car after downing their last, drinks, raced to the bars the next town over so that they could party for another hour. Well, that's what I'm sure going to happen with Miami. If they can really, clamp it down. They said that they had I think it was in one day already, they had already arrested like 1,000 people. Where are they going to put all these people? And you got to keep them 6 feet apart, and you got. So, I mean, and I think that's why they imposed the curfew, because before the 8 o'clock curfew, if they were out doing it, I guess you're not allowed to, form crowds and do whatever they're doing, but maybe they weren't arrestable offenses.
Yeah.
But breaking curfew is.
Yeah.
And so I think maybe that's part of the reason why they said, no, we're putting the curfew in. The governor's been on the national news every day saying, please, please, please. Yes, we do love when you come, but this isn't the year for it. We've got more than we can handle here. And he's been very respectful, and I wish I could say that about the governor of Fort Lauderdale. When I've been seeing him speak on the news, he's been saying, oh no, come on down, come and party it up, bring your bucks, we don't care. Which I'm sure that the people that live there don't feel the same. I have a feeling people start hearing that, they're not going to elect him back in, because I know I wouldn't vote for him hearing that behavior. Did you find what you was looking for? Mm-hmm. Oh. Like, here we have a huge folk and jazz festival. I think they're some of the biggest in the United States for folk and jazz. And they're 3-day events. And they've been going on since, like, the 50s here. And, of course, last year it was canceled.
I don't know why the fuck the whole population is in Miami right now. Like, the whole entire population, especially New York, is in Miami right now. There's other places to go, Stinkerlink. Y'all forgot it's COVID? Y'all forgot we in a panorama? A polygraph? We are suffering from a pentagon right now, and y'all is fucking losing y'all minds in Miami. So much that they put a curfew. Yeah, 8 p.m. Yeah, it's over. Party time over. Spring break fit done. Cause what? Why y'all all in Miami? And y'all went to Miami to do the same shit y'all do here. Cause I book a flight, I'm gonna go jump out of a plane.
If I book a flight, I'm gonna go jump out of a plane.
Some of y'all bitches went to Miami strip, but they corn from the block. And I just felt like you could have stood home for that.
I just feel like you could have stayed home for that.
Pack it up, pack the fuck up.
Pack it up.
And, I mean, I hear they're swarming to Las Vegas quite a bit this year, too. I just don't... I mean... It's crazy. So much so that University of Rhode Island, and don't quote me on this one, it's either Boston College or University of Boston, I'm not sure which one, canceled spring break this year. They made the kids go to school straight through because they didn't want the kids to go on spring break and bring all the germs back.
Right.
And I know a lot of other schools did as well. So hats off to you that thought to do that. I think they're just giving them like a long weekend for Easter or something. I mean, how about these kids that are away at college and they actually, their home is Miami or whatever, and they went away to college and, they're trying to go back and they go back and they're going back to a curfew from... It's sad when it comes to that they have to do that.
Yeah.
And tonight when I was watching them on the news, they aren't just out there singing and dancing, having fun. They were doing all out brawls. You know, they're drunk and being obnoxious, like fighting. And did you see the one on the beach? But I think it was actually in Tampa or something that was on the news maybe 2 days ago. All these people on the beach, the police are trying to break them up and whatever. So this one kid, they put him in handcuffs and arrest him. Put him in the back of the squad car. And people are, you know how everybody is with their cameras out, right? So the cops are off trying to do whatever, get other kids or whatever they're doing, spring breakers. And the kid's just got on his swim trunks. He's in the back of the police car with his hands in his cuffs. And somebody comes over and opens the car door and lets him out.
And he runs,
and
and a whole mob of kids run after him.
Yeah, they caught him. He didn't get too far.
Oh.
And so, yeah, he ended up getting caught. And then they said they were going to charge him with something else now and then they're trying to charge the kid that opened the cop car door. And he was being sneaky. He kind of went over and went and walked away because I saw the footage on that. That was funny. I mean, it's not funny, but I'm not quite sure why he was actually arrested. He was probably drinking on the beach or whatever.
Did you give her something?
No.
I just heard her crunching.
So that's my big news for tonight. That burrata was really good. I devoured mine.
Super happy for you.
Yeah. You know, sometime I want to try to make that.
Yeah, I want to make bagels. So we all have aspirations.
I bet we could. We could. I've never made cheese before, and I've heard that like there's an art to making it perfect, and it's okay if it's not perfect as long as it tastes good, right? But
as long as it's not like toxic.
Yeah, maybe sometime I'll see like there'll be a cooking class somewhere that is just like a couple hours that like a cheese making class that would be making like burrata or no, they do a lot of those like
Just
cooking
white
classes
people
just
activities.
No, but if it's something that you really like.
Did you hear about the cheese making class that they're having?
They're doing burrata.
Oh my God, you're gonna have to get George. I'll get Jim. We'll have a great old time. We'll do a little double date. You, me. Yeah, we'll get some wine. I'll see you there. It'll be a great time.
Oh, wine and cheese.
Stop it.
What do you mean? That sounds like a white girl thing.
What do you mean? What do I mean?
Anybody can cook.
All right, don't take my joke and turn me into a racist now.
I like to cook.
It was meant as an offense towards white people because white people will be doing some weird shit.
But that's something I've never made. And so, I mean, I've taken some other classes, like
if anything, it's like a dig at Italians because
it would probably be an Italian.
But it's
instructor.
joke. Relax.
It would probably be an Italian instructor.
You're worse than the frickin' Gen Z right now.
No, I'm just saying. So if you guys know where there's a good cooking class for cheese, specifically either mozzarella or burrata, though, that's what I want to learn how to make. The rest of them, I'm sure they take way too long. I've never even made yogurt.
So
my bucket list is just growing.
So where do we start?
We'll start with the bagels, because that I think I could handle. Yeah, I know how to do that whole water bath thing, and then you put them in the oven, because you do that with pretzels. So it's just a matter of getting the right dough. But those bagels we had from that New York place, oh my God, those are amazing.
Oh, you kind of scared me there. I don't know. I didn't know what you were about to do. You were getting real excited about bagels really quick. It was escalating.
No, what was it called? New York System or something?
I don't know.
Anyway, a friend of my son's brought over a dozen amazing bagels from, I think she said they were from New York System, if that sounds right.
She brought over a dozen bread buttholes.
But, I mean, they were so
they
fresh.
They look like little bread buttholes.
Little buttholes, little buns.
Little bread buttholes.
But they were so fresh and light, and and again, I'm not trying to be offensive to anybody, but I get it. When Jewish people say,
Oh, there we
that-
go.
no,
There it is.
no,
So we're
they say
canceled.
that they say they don't toast the bagels because they buy them like so fresh and light like that you don't have to toast them because they're amazing like that. It's when we buy them in the store, they're like
Well, how come you didn't
hard.
say nothing when I've been toasting the bagels? That would make sense why I had a chocolate chip bagel, and I was like, wouldn't that make the chocolate
melt
chips
in the
either
toaster.
melt or get like just a weird like consistency?
Yeah.
Like,
But I remember years ago, one of my Jewish friends said to me, "Why are you toasting your bagel?" And I'm like, "Just because that's what you do, you know." Like, but I mean, they were even better than like that Bagel Boys and stuff. These that she brought over were like like a real Jewish deli, like light, perfect, amazing bagels, guys. I love bagels.
so you're saying people that aren't Jewish make bad bagels?
No, I'm not saying
I'm
that.
saying that.
Oh.
So
Well, I don't know. Those Jewish delis, I'm going to tell you what, they've mastered the bagel.
I was trying to bait you,
yeah.
but then I just.
Yeah.
It's
I'm just
okay.
saying that, like, I could.
I think Jews is the offensive term, though.
Oh,
If you were saying the Jewish people
right.
make, I think that's what I
Oh, I'm
heard.
sorry.
I heard. So I mean, I'm not Jewish, so it's
No,
not.
I have Jewish
problem with
friends.
me.
And
Oh, you did not just do that.
what?
I have Jewish friends.
I do.
Ah!
Why are you saying that? And
Because you pulled the "I have black friends" card.
Oh. No, well, I didn't mean it like that. But I'm telling you, now I get it. All these years later, when they were laughing at me for toasting my bagels, I get it now.
They might have been laughing because they were mad that you called them Jews.
Well, I don't know.
See how quick it is?
Yeah, I guess. But what I'm more mad about is that they didn't share those bagels with me. All those years they hoarded them to themselves instead of letting me know how good
Yeah,
and
because you
yummy
were
they
calling
were.
them Jews.
I guess. But I'm going to tell you, I went to some of those delis in New York, and there are some delis in New York that those sandwiches, I'm not kidding you, like it would take 5 people to eat them. They put like 5 pounds of corned beef. I forget the names. There's like 2 famous.
Reuben's? Oh, I thought you were trying
There's
to
2
think of the
famous delis in New York that I actually went to one of them, and I mean the sandwiches are like $30 though. It's but there's no way anybody could ever eat an entire sandwich, and you can buy just a half a sandwich. But even a half a sandwich, we would eat for a week. It's that much. It's crazy, but they're good.
How come the Jewish guy I dated never gave me any good food? Bagels, nothing.
Yeah, I don't know. And
I don't think he ever cared if I said Jew.
no.
Just saying.
He was kind of a quiet guy, as I remember. At least when he was around me. The few times I was around, he was.
I guess his butthole was made of bread. I don't know. It's a Jewish thing.
He was always quiet, like. But did he take you out to restaurants much?
No. Because he was busy being forced to take me to doctor's appointments. If I had like a physical or something, or like they were never like it would just be down the street at the regular clinic, whatever. If I had a doctor's appointment, she'd be like, "Oh, so you're gonna take her? You're gonna take her?" And he'd be like, "Okay."
Over the time I told him to fill your gas tank.
You know, the Jewish guy I dated didn't care if I said Jewy. He's the one that had the mansion, though, so it's like you're
He
allowed
did.
to make fun of the Jewish people with money.
He did well, right, and he had
'Cause
he had this big theater room, and so he'd invite her over to watch movies and such.
Anyways, thanks for sharing that on the internet, Mom.
Oh. Well, I don't have a theater room in my house.
Okay.
That'd be cool though to have a theater room, right?
It's a waste of a room.
Yeah, you have to be able to use it for something else.
Like, because, like, you're gonna just watch movies, like,
Yeah,
it's best to just be cozy and, like,
right.
stop barking. Like,
I mean,
why would you set up a whole room unless it was just, like,
A kitchen.
like, What?
Like
That's what?
set up a
No.
room that's designated.
What? We were talking movie rooms.
Oh yeah.
Say, like, why would you set up a whole movie room when it's like you could just put a huge TV screen in your bedroom?
Yeah. And be more comfortable, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, like, you're not going to get the movie theater outing experience.
Well, we
at
don't have
home.
enough friends to fill up a theater room either.
Yeah, waste of chairs.
Yeah. Would be like.
Imagine you just do a big screen with just 2 chairs in the middle of this big room.
Then we wouldn't have to invite anybody. Sorry, we'd invite you, but we only have 2 chairs, and I'm not sitting on the floor.
Or they'd just be like awkwardly in the middle of the room because we're those people that were like, okay, you can't sit too close because then you're breaking your neck.
Yeah.
But if you're too far back,
Then you gotta put
you
glasses
can't
on.
see the
Yeah.
screen, so you gotta be right in the middle of the room.
Yeah. So there's that.
So that's how tonight's stream went. A roller coaster of
Yeah.
uh,
But we
Thanks.
could set up a concession stand there. And just stock it with stuff we like.
who would run the stand?
Well, we could like hurry up and run back there. We could run the stand, and then hurry up before the movie started.
But like you
close
bring,
the stand down, and then we could have an intermission.
so you ring me up, I ring you up. Is it
Yeah.
just a free for all? Who's
Yeah.
running this concession? Where is the management?
And who's gonna make the popcorn?
What are the hours? How late are they open?
Yeah.
How long can I get a fizzy pop? And buttered popcorn.
Extra butter. Extra butter.
Oh, these are the things that stress me out.
Oh, I know. Well,
Meanwhile, this is our living
theater.
quarters. The same folks that watch The Watchmen. Yeah, so us.
so I'll be full.
And who's gonna stock the concession stand?
I could go to the Dollar Tree. But you know, that Dollar Tree, some of their stuff is the same price as the supermarket.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Some of it's not all a deal. Some
No.
of it you can get cheaper than $1.
Yeah. We'll figure that out. Except that Dollar Tree is right by the movie theater, which I'm not even sure if the movie theater reopened yet here. But, and so I think they made a lot of their candy sales there from people going to the theater because they'd rather go there and spend $1 than go in and spend, I don't even know how much it is at the theater now, $9 for a little,
Or
oh, I bet it's all of, at least that.
what?
$4 for a box?
I didn't say that.
Oh. I bet it's a lot.
4.
For what?
What are you so mad for?
Well, so there you have it. For not forgetting. Don't forget your popcorn.
Mama for sale.
Alrighty then. We're gonna clean up and it's gonna be,
You
It's-
want to say hello?
yeah, it's getting late.
Yeah, I'm ready for bed.
Me too, yeah.
Come here, child. Come
We are
say,
early to bed, early to rise.
Say goodnight to random guy, dude.
Yeah, come on up. Come
Come,
on, baby
come.
girl.
Come along.
Come on. Come on up. Oh,
Come,
oh.
come on.
There you go. Good girl.
No burger for you.
No burger for you.
Say goodnight.
Say goodnight. Blow kisses.
Say goodnight. You gotta look at the camera.
She's been so lovey all day. Huh.
Oh, oh,
She's like, oh, I think I got a recipe for that cheese.
okay, well. Oh, there it is. Good night.
Good night. Blow my kisses.
Yeah, she licked her nose with it.
Good girl.
Good night.
We'll see you later. Thanks for watching.
Are you